The tournament starts on the 20th of next month and will be hosted by Australia and New Zealand. Ellis's current 36-player squad consists of 14 players who played in the team's maiden World Cup in France 4 years ago, whilst 9 players, including former captain Janine van Wyk, will miss out on a second successive World Cup. Banyana opened their campaign with a match against 2003 runners-up Sweden in Wellington on the 23rd of next month. Right, so we're joined via Zoom by Sports Journalist Mpumi Manyisi to look at the squad and what they'll bring into the team that will represent South Africa. Mpumi, good afternoon. Thank you for your time with us here on the SABC.
Thank you very much for hosting me.
Obviously, Coach Des has previously voiced just how difficult of a task it would be for her to make that final list. Talk to us through the process and what this team is going to need to make it in the World Cup.
I hear people saying it's going to be a difficult selection for her. But in my views, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be difficult for her to sort of trim the team down to 23 players, including the 3 players that will be on standby. That's because most of the players are players that have carried Banyana Banyana through, especially during the Africa Cup of Nations. And I think most of the players that Desiree is going to take are the players that carried her during the WAFCON tournament. And not only because of that, but because she's got a solid crop of international players as well that are doing well in their respective teams. You know, if you look at Linda Mgalo, obviously Tembi Khatlane, Jamin Shopesinwe, and Hilda Makaya, who is playing her trade in Korea. So currently, all these players are doing well in their respective clubs. When you look at Hilda Makaya, she's been winning player of tournaments in Korea, player of the day in different games that she's been playing that side. So I feel like Desiree Ellis is going to go with her normal crop. But however, it will be interesting to see in terms of which new faces are likely to come on, and not only new faces, youngsters as well. And I think when it comes to, older players that will be there to sort of lead the team, she's likely to rely mostly on Noko Matlo, because obviously Janine van Wyk will not be part of this current crop that will be going to the World Cup.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think also just looking at Group G against Sweden, Argentina and Italy, what's it going to take from the squad perhaps to make their way through that group stages?
I think most of the teams that have qualified for the World Cup are quite intense teams in terms of the talent that they have and where they stand in the world's rankings. So in as much as this looks like the most toughest group in the World Cup, I feel like there are more tougher groups in the World Cup. So looking at Sudan, obviously, which were the runner-ups in 2003, of course, and then Argentina and Italy. In as much as the first match is going to be very tough on the 23rd of June against Sweden, I feel like, Desiree needs to come up with a plan that will see her through the first encounter, which is likely to be the toughest. But I do see them pulling something off against Argentina and Italy. If they can manage to sort of find a beat in the first game, it would be easy for them to sort of build the momentum going forward.
Mpumi, thank you for your time with us here on the SABC.